A is located at 2, -1. And so where's A prime located at? What changes? The x, if I'm reflecting over the y-axis, which one's going to change? The x value or the y value? The x value, good. So it becomes -2, -1, right? And then B, I should have given myself a little bit more room to write. B is at, where's B at? 1, 2. So B prime would be at, x is changing, so -1, 2. C is at, where's C at? C is at 3, 3. So C prime would be at -3, 3. And then D is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4. So 4, 4 should be, so D prime should be at -4, 4. Beautiful. Questions? Everyone okay? I didn't have to draw the picture. I had to find the vertices. So make sure you read the directions. Okay? So the next one says reflect across the x-axis. So when I'm reflecting across the x-axis, which value changes, my x or my y? When I'm reflecting over the y-axis, which one changes? I'm sorry, the x-axis. Woo! The y changes, the opposite. Good. So STUR, R must be the first value. Here we go. So R is located at 4, -4, -4. And so R prime is going to be located at, which one did we say? We're going over the x, so the y changes. So it's still -4, but then it becomes +4 because it's got to be the same distance away, right? And then S is going to be at -5, -5, -2. So S prime is going to be at -5, +2. T is at -3, -1. So T prime is going to be at -3, +1. And U is at -1, -3. So U prime is going to be at -1, +3. Okay? Are we okay with that? So now the last one's a little different, right? Because it's not over the x or y axis, it's over some random line, right? So on this one, I'm actually going to find the coordinate. I'm actually going to draw it out before I find the coordinates because there's no easy formula to find the coordinates, right? So I'm just going to draw it out, and then I'm going to label my points. So A is here, and if I reflect it over, is A going to change? No. So A is, where's A at? -2, +1, and it stays A. It doesn't move, so it's still going to be at -2, 1. And then B is at, where's B at? 1, 2, -4, +3. And B prime, so how far away from the line is it? 1, 2. So here's going to be B prime. So that is at, where's that at? 0, 3. And C is at 1, 2, 3, -3, 4. So it is 1 away, so it's going to be 1 away on the other side, right? So that's C prime. So that is at -1, 4. So my y, notice my y isn't changing. The only thing that's changing is my x value, right? Still, it's just my x value. And then, what's my last letter? D? Thanks. D is at 1, 4. So we already know my y value is not going to change, right? So I've got something 4. I don't know what the 4 is. I'm 3 away from my line, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to be 1, 2, 3 d prime. And if I finish my very unstraight lines, because I can't draw a straight line, I'm at -5. And there's my coordinates. Okay? Questions? Not too bad. Yes?
With this, I found that if you treat the new line as like just the 0 line, it works like a traditional.
And then you have to subtract or add 2, right? Yeah. To your thing. So yeah, because I'm going back to, I'd push it back to. Yeah, it does. That's a little trick that some people catch on and some people don't. So very nice, Elliot. Okay, so now we're going on to our third one, which is rotations or a turn, right? So how do we complete a rotation? A rotation is a figure that is turned about a fixed point. Usually we're going to turn it around most of the time we're going to use it around the origin, right? The origin is this point right here, the 0, 0 point. And the nice thing about it is if I draw in, is it okay if I zoom in here? Oh, this is not the best picture to do this with. Okay, never mind. We'll look at a different picture. There is a formula for it, okay? So if I turn it 90 degrees clockwise, XY becomes, Y and X changes places, and X becomes negative. These ones are much harder to learn. There's like on the flips, it's pretty easy to learn, right? If I'm flipping over the X, my Y changes. If I flip it over the Y, my X. Did I say if I flip over the X, my Y changes? I get it. I'm getting confused in my head now. If I flip it over the X, my Y changes. If I flip it over my Y, my X changes, right? That's pretty simple. It's whatever one I flip it over, the opposite one changes. This one doesn't have anything like that. That's easy to remember. So usually what I do is I just move it, right? So I just rotate it. It makes it a little easier. The one thing you have to be careful of is am I turning it clockwise or counterclockwise? So we do define that clockwise. Oh, we did not define that in here. Wow, I thought I had defined it in here. Clockwise, if you have an analog clock like what's on the walls in the school, right? Clockwise goes this way to your right. Counterclockwise goes to your left. Okay, clockwise to your right, counterclockwise to your left. Does that make sense? Okay. So again, the image and pre-image are similar. The angles are congruent and the sides are congruent. Oh, and 180 degrees, here's my formula here. Sorry, I should have finished that out. Counterclockwise, the Y, I'm still exchanging the X and the Y. If I go clockwise, the X is changing. If I go counterclockwise, the Y is changing. And if I'm changing 180 degrees, the only thing that changes is X becomes they switch signs. The X and Y stay in the same place, and they switch signs. Okay, so here we go. Rotate the angle 90 degrees clockwise. So that means I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it clockwise. I'm going to turn it. La, 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 la. I'm going to turn it this way. This is clockwise, right? Okay. So one of the things you can do is try and make a 90-degree angle with your, and one way to think of it is that way from my origin. So if I draw a line here, I want a 90-degree angle. And how I do that is if I go over 1 and up 2 to get a 90-degree angle, I'm going to go over 2 and down 1. Right here is a 90-degree angle. Okay? So how did I get there from the origin? I went over 1 and up 2. I'm just going to do the opposite, over 2 and down 1. So that becomes C prime. And how do I get to A? I went over 2 and up 3. So I'm going to go over 3 and down 2. So that becomes A prime. And how do I get to B? I go over, I can't count, over 3 and up 1. So I'm going to go over 1 and down 1, 2, 3. And that becomes B prime. And if we look at the numbers, let's go back here to the coordinates now. Maybe, I shouldn't have put them so far away. A prime becomes 3, -2. 3, -2. And look what happened. My y became my x, and my x became negative. Does that make sense? Let's see if it happens on the other one. So b prime becomes, let's see if it follows the same pattern. So that means my y becomes my x, which is 1. And my x becomes negative, so that should be -3. Is that the location of b prime? +1, -3. It is. Okay? So can someone tell me where c prime is going to be at? 2, -1, yep. Okay, so we have one more. I want you guys to try it this time. Look at my formula really quick, right? This says 90 degrees counterclockwise, right? It says this. Turn your music off, please. Whoever has the music on. Okay. Counterclockwise says xy becomes -y. My x and y changes, and then my y changes signs. So on, right? Yeah. For the next one, if I'm rotating at 180 degrees, I'm going to keep them the same, but the sign changes, right? The sign changes. So if it's negative, it becomes positive. If it's positive, it becomes negative, right? So I think on counterclockwise, see, we're going clockwise, right? Doesn't it say clockwise? Right? Clockwise. Oh, clockwise. No, x and y, and x changes. Except this one's counterclockwise, so which way am I turning? I'm turning this way to the left. So try this. I'm going to give you just a few minutes to try it. So I'm going to go back one. My x and my y become what? -yx. Is that correct? Did I write it right? I want to make sure I wrote it right. Okay. So if I know the points, which I do because they wrote them down for me, I can just use my little formula and switch it. Okay, because I got the formula on the front. Or you can look at it this way. If I am, ooh, that's almost a straight line. There's my m to m prime, and I want to rotate it this way, so it has to go 90 degrees. So how do I get there? I go back 5 and down 3. So to make it a 90-degree angle, I'm going to go over 3 and down 5. And if I draw my line in here, which imagine that's straight, that forms a 90-degree angle. Okay? So in order for it to rotate, I have to have that 90-degree angle between my corners, between my corresponding corners. So this would be m prime. Well, does that work with my formula? So m prime should be, switch my y, and then my y sign changes, so that's 3, and then x stays the same. Is that right? Over 3, down 5? Yeah. Okay? So what does a prime become? Switch my x and y, and the y sign changes, so that'll be 3, -2. So 3, -2 is a prime. And then t prime would be switch, and y changes, 5, -2. That's 3, 4, 5, -2, t prime. And h prime is going to be 5, -5. And here we go. M-A-T, h prime, t prime. And, oh, I guess I should draw my lines, huh? And make it look like a rectangle as much as I can. And there's my rectangle. Okay? Does that make sense? Questions? Okay, so what does it say? What does my rule say if I'm rotating at 180 degrees? Huh? You can look back. Oh my gosh, we can turn the page and look back. What does my rule say? My points, I can do that really easy because my signs are just changing. So where's A prime going to be located at? Yeah, -2, -3. And B prime is going to be located at where? And C prime is going to be located at, C prime is going to be located at, that was a very big apostrophe. Yes, dear.
Can you spell it by spaced out for a second? After you're done with that, can you spell it, please?
Yeah. Right there. So for rotating 180 degrees, and I'm going to say this, I forgot to tell you guys this, but when we do a checkpoint, you can do open notes. So you can use your notes on your checkpoints. So if you're taking good notes, you can use those on your checkpoints. Okay? Right? So let's see if we get what it looks like when we rotate this. So -2, 3, so that's A prime. -3, 1, 2, 3, 1, that's B prime. And C prime is -1, 1, 2, C prime. So I kind of want to show you this. Watch. Now, if I connect this with a 180, with a line, right? So 180 degrees is a line. How many of you guys knew 180 degrees is a line? Okay, good. So if I connect this, I'm going to try and use a different color so it doesn't look the same. So if I connect B prime and B, and C prime and C, and A prime and A, where do all those lines intersect at? The origin, the point of rotation. So if we ever had to find the point of rotation, you draw a line from, and it's 180 degrees. It only works this way. And you draw a line from each vertice. You can find your point of rotation. Okay? Actually, it works no matter what rotation it is. Sometimes you just have to extend your lines further. Does that make sense? So it could be out here. So like if I did these, does it not work on 90s? I can't remember. There might be one that it doesn't work on, but it works on most of them. And we're going to do that a little late. Oh, that's because I'm thinking dilations. So when it's 180 degrees, it works. I knew I was messing something up. Okay, so what's the next one? Okay, so I want you to go ahead and do these two. It's the last two on the page, right? So 90 degrees counterclockwise, and then you're going to graph and label the preimage, then rotate about the origin 90 degrees clockwise and 180 degrees, whichever way you want to go. So, okay, here we go. So if I'm going counterclockwise, what's my rule? Change which sign? I change Y. Oh, I wrote too close. I switch my X and my Y, right? And I change the sign on my Y. So A prime becomes 3, 2. And B prime becomes, the heck? -1, 2. And C prime becomes 2, -2. So, yeah. My sign changes, right? Yeah. Go ahead. We good? Okay. So I'm supposed to graph it. So 2, -3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and -2, -2. So this is A, B, and C. Boom, boom, boom. And then what do I get? 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. -1, 1, 2. Oh, that is not -1. Wow. Let me try that again. -1, 2, and 2, -2. So this is A prime, B prime, C prime. So it looks like that. Nice. Okay, Let's do 180. What's the rule for 180? XY becomes what? Negative x, negative y. So x and y stay the same, but they just change signs, right? Is there any more left in there? I know it was pretty empty. Okay. Okay, so E prime becomes what? Negative 4, negative 4. Beautiful. And what does F prime become? Beautiful. And what does G prime become? Negative 1, negative 3. Gorgeous. So we've got E is 4, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Okay, great. And 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. So I've got E, F, and G. Okay. And then my new figure is negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. And negative 1, 3. So I've got E prime, F prime, and G prime. Questions? Not bad? Right? Following the rules makes it really easy, right? Yeah. Do the wrong side. So we've got number 6. Okay, what does it mean? You two be quiet. Triangle STU is rotated 270 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. What are the coordinates of the image? So if I'm rotating 270 degrees one way, how much am I rotating the other way?
90.
How far is a circle? 360. So if I'm going 271 direction, how far am I going the other direction? I'm going 271 direction out of how many? So how much is left? I know. That's okay. You can say subtract. She's like, I can't find my calculator.
Hold on, say that again. 360 what?
90. So if I'm going 270, so if I'm going 270 counterclockwise, I'm actually going to go what? 90 degrees clockwise, right? So I'm going 270 this way, right? 270 degrees this way. Or, easier, I can do 90 degrees this way. Which one's easier to figure out? 90 degrees this way, because I have a formula for 90 degrees this way, right? So much easier. So what is the formula for 90 degrees clockwise? What is it? X, Y becomes what? Y negative X. Beautiful. So that means I need to know where my pieces are. STU. So where's S at? I don't know why I put ST. What the heck? Let's try again. Where's S at? I can blow it up a little bit. You can look on your paper though, so you don't have to squint. What? 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 Look at your paper. There you go. I don't know why you're like squinting. I'm like, it's right there in front of you.
I want to look there.
And what does it become? Where's S prime at? One what? 1, 2. Beautiful. 1, 2. And where's T located at? 1, 2. Good. So where's T prime going to be located at?
You left that in my room.
Of course she did.
When she gave it to me, it was my fault.
What is it? 2, negative 1. Beautiful. And U is located at? Negative 2, 4. And so U prime is going to be located at 4, 2. Beautiful.
Why is the X labeled as a negative thing? Doesn't that turn into a negative thing? Formula?
Let's see.
No, I'm saying the formula, it says y comma negative.
Yeah.
So shouldn't the
So this 2 changes. So it's a -2, so the sign changes. So when it says negative x, that just means the sign of the x changes. So minus a -2 is a +2. Does that make sense? So if the x is positive, it becomes minus. If it's negative, it becomes positive. Does that answer your question? Okay. Okay, so this one is a little different because they want you to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I'm going to go this way, but not around the origin this time. So we're not going around the origin. We're going to go around point Z. There's my point of origin. Okay, so I want to rotate it 90 degrees around that point. So can someone tell me where you think X is going to end up at? Remember, it has to form a 90-degree angle. So if here's my side, and it's going to form a 90-degree angle, where's it going to be at? Yeah, it's going to be this way, right? And how far away, right? It's this way. What forms a 90-degree line with a line that's this way? A line that's this way, right? So if I have a line that's straight up, a 90-degree angle is this way. Does everyone understand that, right? So how far away from Z is it? That's my question for you guys. It's 5, right? Because Z and X do my sides get longer or bigger? No, they stay the same, right? So if it's a distance of 5, then it's still going to be a distance of 5. So it's going to be 5 this way or this way. So this is right and this is left. Remember, I'm turning which way? Counterclockwise. So I'm going to turn... I'm turning this, so left, very good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should be X prime. And Z is not changing, so Z is just going to be Z. And then where's Y going to end up at? So here's this part of the triangle right there. Where's Y going to end up at? In relation to X prime, where's Y prime going to end up at? Yep. Okay, this is just spatial reasoning now. Look, guys. Right here, what does this form right here? Can I zoom in there? What does this form right here? 90-degree angles. So that means X and Y have to also form a 90-degree angle. So to get from X prime to Y prime, I need to form a 90-degree angle. So which way is my angle going to be? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? That's the question. Up. And how far up is it going to go? 3. Very good. So this is Y prime. And there we go. I've made a really big X prime for some reason. I don't know why I did that. So there is my new triangle just by spatial reasoning. Okay, and you can do it that way, that's fine, but now they want to know, what do they really want to know? What the coordinates are. Okay, so X is located at 1, 2. And X prime is located at 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, -4, -3. What comes after X? Y. Y is located at 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So Y prime is going to be located at -4, 0. And Z is located at 1, -3. And it didn't move, so it's still located at 1, -3. Okay, questions? Yes, dear.
No,
Huh?
that's so confusing.
Why?
It's too much.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of formulas.
Yeah. Like it's not confusing, I get it, but it's like a lot.
I know. And it's not really a lot because we're only talking about one thing. Usually they do slides, rotations, and flips all on the same day. We did 3 different days.
Too much work.
Huh?
Too much work.
Too much work. Okay. It does not say, I want to say this, it does not say to find the coordinates. It just wants you to rotate the figure. Just draw a picture. It's okay if she found the coordinates, Jonathan.
What's your business?
Okay, so my rule, remember, is x, y becomes negative x, negative y. So you can label your point. Some people, it was great. Some people I saw label them A, B, C, D, right? You can do that. You don't have to. But I know that this point right here is negative 1, 0. So it's going to become 1, 0, which is there. And then this point is, what's that point? Negative 4, 1 becomes 4, negative 1. And then this one is 9, negative 9, 6. Is that right? Negative 9, 6 becomes 9, negative 6. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and then the last one is negative 2, 9. And it's going to become 2, negative 9. So 2, negative 9. And there we go. Questions? Not too bad? You don't have to draw it. You could at least write the coordinates down then. Okay. I'm looking at my recording. It says 10:28. I'm like, we have plenty of time. Sorry, Halima. Okay. So can someone tell me the coordinates on B? What's one of my first? Which one do you want to start with first? Which point? Let's start with this point. What's this point?
0, 5.
There we go. You always go left and right first and then up and down. So the first point is 5, 0. And what does that become? What? Did he say 0, 5?
Negative 5, 0.
Very good. Okay, what's my second point? Let's go to this one. Where's this point at?
Location.
What's the location of that point?
Wait, is it 5, 4?
It's 5. It's not quite 5, 4. It's 5. Negative 4. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. And where does it become? Where does it go? Remember, what am I doing at 180 degrees? What am I doing to the signs? I'm just changing them, right? So it becomes negative 5, positive 4. So negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, where's this point at?
7, negative 10.
7, negative 10. And it goes to?
Negative 7, 10.
Thank you. Negative 7, 10. I'm not flipping them on 180. Negative 7, 10. And the last point is located at 1, negative 4. And it goes to where?
Negative 1, 4.
Negative 1, 4. Is that what you said? Negative 1, 4? That's not what you said, is it? Okay. He's like, I don't know if that's really what I said or not. There we go. Questions? Nice job, Chris. Nice job, you guys. Okay. Which way? This way or that way?
Wrong way.
So, oh, 4 more.
In the four.
90 degrees clockwise. So which way's clockwise? To the left or to the right? To the right. Good. So we're going 90 degrees this way. What's my formula? What does X and Y become?
Switch and Y changes it, so it's
The Y changes?
yes.
Okay, there you go. So I switch X and Y changes. Do, by the way, I'm just going to say that.
What's the homework?
It's in Delta Math. Always in Delta Math.
It's always gonna be there.
Well, it will always be in Delta Math until we get the new program in like October, and then it'll be in Canvas. So it's just always going to be online. Yeah.
I was gonna do it on paper with the
Sometimes, well, no, it'll be on the computer.
same thing.